TIFU by accidentally grabbing someone's boob. Okay, so this actually happened a while ago when I was in college. I, male, worked at the front desk of a student lounge within my university. It was basically a place with couches, desks, TVs, etc., where students would come to nap, do homework, or just chill between classes. My job was to sit at the front desk and write down the ID numbers of students who came in. Easiest job ever. So one day I was getting ready to close the lounge for the day, and noticed there was one female student who never checked out. So I walk through the space and see a person sleeping on a couch, covered by a big pile of blankets. I was not able to tell how this person was situated under the pile of blankets. So I say, "Hello?" No response. "Excuse me?" No response. So then I go to nudge the pile of blankets with my hand, and get a handful of what is unmistakably a boob. She ripped the blankets off and looked at me, horrified. I look back at her, also horrified, and just say, we are closing in 5 minutes." She packed up her things and left without saying anything while I just stood there awkwardly. Years later, I still cringe every time I think about it. TLDR. When closing up my university's student lounge for the day, I tried to nudge a person napping under blankets and accidentally grabbed her boob. A swift kick or a loud clap of the hands where you generally think their head might be. I cringed for you. Wonder what her version of this story is like. We're living proof of those weird anime moments where the protagonist just happens to fall on a breast in the middle of nowhere. This happened like 15 years ago while leaving a movie theater when I was like 20. I went to push the front door while leaving the theater and a woman was walking in and pulling the door open. I had been talking to my sister and not paying attention. So I'm walking with my hand in front of me reaching for the door. Fully open hand, ready to push. Instead my hand makes very distinct contact with a large, soft and jiggling boob. The worst part is how much coverage, how perfectly my hand grabbed her boob. Almost like it was intentional. I could even feel her nipple on my palm. She wasn't wearing a bra and had on a really thin V-neck crop top. I come to my senses and we're both just sorta staring at each other completely stunned. I'm like, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to. And she doesn't say anything and tries to walk around me. But I went the same exact way. And we did that awkward thing when people try to get out of each other's ways but keep doing it. She finally got inside the theater without even acknowledging me. I think the scenario was the perfect combination of surprise, embarrassment, and awkwardness. And we both really just wanted to get away fast. But I was the one who made the mistake. So I was willing to let that be known. But she was gone within an instant. She must have been around 25 or so. I wanted to die and felt so bad for her. I'm not a very clumsy person, so I felt a ton of guilt for walking mindlessly like that. Super uncharacteristic. I cringe to this day. I've done similar when I was in high school. As I walked around a corner in the hallway, I adjusted my backpack straps by putting my thumbs under them and lifting up. As I slid my thumbs out by pulling my hands forwards, I rounded the corner and basically walked into a girl I knew. My hands coming off my backpack straps lined up perfectly that I full-on palmed, grabbed both of her boobs as we nearly collided. I am squirming on your behalf. That's awkward as hell. I met my first GF on the internet. We were long distance from 2 different European countries. I soon moved in with her. About a year later we visited my parents and old friends, with her sister tagging along, just a year younger than her. My parents had left my floor as it was. Inherited house. Second floor was mine alone. which meant the bedroom had a single and a double bed of the same design next to each other to effectively make a triple bed. Tired from traveling, we all plopped down for a nap. After a while I found myself rousing from my slumber, still only half awake and thinking, ye gods, what is going on with her boobs? Did I get her pregnant? This is an amount of pillowy softness to which I am not accustomed. Or maybe in my near sleep state it was more like, MMMH big titty, but same sentiment. Until I heard my girlfriend's signature snore coming from behind me and finally understood my mistake. I'm pretty sure the spike of adrenaline when I realized that if I wasn't the first one to wake up, my life would have been forfeit is the reason that my heart failed just 20 years later. Like an electromagnet with suddenly switched polarity, my hand flew off the wrong sibling so quickly. I think there may have been an audible pop as the vacuum left by its sudden absence was refilled by air. And as slowly and quietly as I could I turned around and away from mortal danger. But that was very much so my most I almost FU up to that point in life. I was at a party in my early 20s having a conversation with this young man. Or so I thought. Something that was said made me sort of open palm slap them on the chest all boob. Felt my understanding of the world melt away and I looked them in the eye and she says, yup.
Super bad moment.
You accidentally groped a sleeping woman and you rightfully have shame. Kudos.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.